Hey guys, Final Boss here, and today, hey, shout out to Maven one time for that. Hey guys, Maven here. So I wanted to give you guys my personal thoughts on this new thing on 2K26. So I'm going to my Switch 2 right now so I can show you that I pre-ordered 2K26 a few weeks ago. I think it was the day after the pre-orders. So right here, as you can see, game's on pre-order. I have to wait till the second to last day of February for the purchase to go through. Apparently for Switch 2, when you pre-order the game, you don't get 2K25 digital for free. I don't know why that is a thing, but I looked in all the details and like that. So yeah. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about that. I want to talk about the Ringside Pass bullshit that I am not a big fan of how they're doing it. Now, I'm not saying this as like a hypocrite or anything, because don't get me wrong, there are some things I am looking forward to in this game. You got, like, I won't lie though, the fact that there's a draft in universe mode, like, how is nobody talking about that? Like, I know there's not that much detail about it, but the fact that they announced there's gonna be a draft is game breaking for me, because like I remember playing 2K15 on my Xbox One and playing universe mode because the draft was, and it was really cool how they did it. So I really wish it was there. Now we're getting it in 26. So definitely gonna end this on this whole thing about me purchasing games on a high note, because that's cool. We have Three Cities of Hell being the game, which is probably one of my favorite match types, just because you can combine match types. That's amazing for me to do. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff, but there are some stuff I'm not much looking forward to. And that is like my faction and the island. But again, like just because I'm not looking forward to those modes does not mean I'm telling you guys not to buy it. You can buy the game however you want. If you want to get the standard edition, you want to get the King Kings edition. The editions are up to you. You don't not let content creators like force you to purchase specific editions if you don't want to. Like, if you didn't grow up around like the Attitude Era or the My Night Wars edition, if you didn't grow up in those eras and you don't want to, like, you don't really care about those, just get the standard edition of the game if that's you. But if you grow up around like other eras, then the three editions are up to you. But like, if you if you didn't grow up around those flashback eras, don't push yourself to buy the big versions if you do not want to buy it. That's actually the way easier way to do it. But anyways, so about this Ringside Pass bullshit, and excuse my language for these, but I have to talk about it. So, we're getting 6 seasons of it, and the only good thing about this is that it's for unlimited amount of time. So you can play this, you can get this game for Christmas, and you'll still have you can still get the Ringside Pass all the seasons. However, I will say this is just a ripoff of Fortnite, and it just shows how greedy 2K is, and they just can't be their own company. They have to copy other companies like Epic Games and Rockstar Games, and this is worse. I feel like Epic Games is probably a better developer than 2K and Rockstar Games, because with Epic Games, they don't push too much microtransactions. Like in Fortnite, for example, because I play Fortnite, they don't push this kind of stuff. Like, and for the microtransactions, like, there's even ways to get V-Bucks for free. Like, if you don't want to get the Battle Pass, there's still free rewards that sometimes will include V-Bucks. So, and it's 100 V-Bucks too, which is basically better than nothing. And even like the Battle Pass is like, you can spend like eight to $9 and you'll still get the Battle Pass for that season. That's good. It's better than spending like it's better than spending like all this money, like $150 just to get all 6 seasons and all the premium passes. When on Fortnite you can spend eight to $9 and get the Battle Pass. So there's that. Now, what 2K does better than Epic Games with the Battle Pass system is that the Battle Pass for 2K26 is forever, for an unlimited amount of time. So you can take your time with it. You don't need to rush through it. That's the only good thing. However, I'll say this, and this is probably the biggest thing I'm going to say. WWE 2K games do not need a Battle Pass. I'm saying that right now. This is not no freaking multiplayer, like, open world game. This is a wrestling game for wrestling fans, and even some wrestlers like Xavier Woods from Up Up Down Down. Wrestling fans that play the video games and want to reenact what they see on TV. This is not no Fortnite garbage. And when I mean by garbage, I mean like adding stuff that Fortnite has. It just shows you that 2K and Take Two sees one thing making money and they want to put it towards the game, and that's why people like me is out of here. And why? And it's gonna suck too that I'm gonna be out after March 1st, 2027. But this is exactly the reason why I am not gonna support this company anymore. Next thing you know, they're gonna be pushing more of this microtransaction garbage, and it's not gonna be cool at all. Like, this is not like, this is completely, you're making us forget about the old games of our generations. You're making us forget about the legendary stats that was 2K19, the decent games like 2K16 and 2K17 and even 2K18 is pretty underrated in my opinion. Like the iconic 2K14, like, and even the THQ games like WWE13, WWE12, the SmackDown vs. Raw series is legendary. Like, and the thing is, like, none of the games, like, from 2K22 to 26, they're, like, not that similar. They just added new features while keeping the same concept over and over and over again. At least with the THQ, they knew how to add new systems and new engines into, like, almost every game. Like, almost, like, every game is, like, different in its type. So, when you got a new game, you knew what you're going to expect from THQ. And it begs the question to me is, what if THQ never went out of business? We would still be getting like these amazing games. We would not have like all this greed. Like, it's greed at this point. And I could be wrong. I'm gonna check the app shop. I could be wrong, but I want to say is there's a chance that the premium passes are so. Yeah, okay. So they are going to be purchasable individually, but at the same time is like this shouldn't even be a thing at all. I don't care what anybody says. This whole premium pass thing should not even be a thing at all, to think about it. Like, again, with Fortnite is that they're basically ripping off Fortnite with this battle pass. And that's definitely, especially it's going to ruin DLC, which DLC has already been ruined since like 2K18, because 2K17 had a DLC showcase, and after that there was like no DLC showcase. There was no extra games to DLC stars, and that's not DLC at all. It's basically just adding news to the roster. You can easily do it patch updates, but they just want to make more money because they're greedy. Like 2K15 got that concept right. They had a mixture of like DLC characters and showcases. Now, the thing is, with Fortnite is I'm trying to get my train of thought over here. So with Fortnite is that like you can get, here's how my idea with the battle pass, like every season you could just spend like $9 and just get the battle pass easily for that season. Here it's just $10 for each season, but at the same time is you're basically like grinded it out for nothing, for basically nothing, because like, now again, I will say this, the game is not out yet, so I have no clue what it is, but from my experience from playing Fortnite, I'm already worried about how they're gonna do this, and it's stupid really. And like, I know there's probably gonna be some fanboys that are just gonna defend this bullshit and say like, oh, you know, it's a wrestling game, you should be fine for it. Boost Mobile says this is not no Fortnite clone. It's a wrestling game, for crying out loud. We're not supposed to be doing this kind of stuff. Like, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It's only gonna get worse from here. And like, again, that's the big thing that's pushing me out of this, because like, when you really think about it, the DLC, like, imagine the DLC character is going to be locked behind this. Like, we are really in a place where it's all about money and it's greed and it's disgusting. Like, I'm looking forward to 2K26 because of there's mostly like when you really lay out everything that was announced, there's more good than bad, really. Like the let me just lay down. So I'm gonna lay out the pros and the cons before I get out of here. So the pros are you're getting new match types, which is not anything new, but we are getting four great. We are getting three popular ones and then one new one, so that's cool. Um, the um, the new physics system is really cool to me because like I didn't grow up around like I didn't play much of the SVR games, but seeing how the physics are, especially on the steel steps, is gonna be really cool, especially for extreme moments that people are gonna upload. That's gonna be really cool. Um, the fact that in the crowd there's more like environment you could do, like you can climb the barricades on the top. I'm still waiting. Well, I'm not really gonna wait for the day, but it would have been amazing if you were able to go up in the stands in the crowd and go to the backstage area from there. That would have been like really fun. Like the SmackDown series of games, they had like a amazing backstage area, like really cool. Um, the showcase is actually a really it's I know showcase gets hate, and I pretty much am not that big a fan of it, but at the same time is I only like just for the unlockables, and the fact that CM Punk is getting a showcase is really cool to me, and the fact that we're able to get these matches that we're getting the what if matches, which I'm really looking forward to because like it really helps figure out what could have happened. Um, so universe mode, hopefully, I'm saying it's a good for now because the addition of a draft, and I'm gonna live stream this when the game drops on March 6th. Um, I'll either go live that day or Saturday. I'll go live on one of those 2 days, playing Ticket 26 for you guys, and having you guys watch me see like most of the modes. Well, maybe all of it. It depends on how I want to do it. But I'm definitely gonna go live for that. But yeah, so the roster is not like it's a pretty good balance. Like you know who's gonna be in the game and all that stuff. My GM getting more and more updates as it continues to grow. We're getting 5 to 8 players, which is gonna be really it's gonna be good, but at the same time it's gonna be bad because like well, it's good that fact that like for example, someone with a title shot and they're not in a rivalry, they could just put two rivalries together, put that guy in the middle. That's fine, but at the same time is that you're gonna need to like really be time your budgets because of how tight it is. Um, the new weapons like the thumbtacks and the shopping cart is really nice. I love the fact that we're getting thumbtacks in here. Um, My Rise looks to be going back to 2K19's roots with the replayability and the aftermath of the story. My faction surprisingly is actually in a good looking forward to, and it's funny because I say I'm not looking forward to it, but at the same time is you gotta think about this. You get to have intergender matches in my faction, and you get to like swap out cards quickly. So while it's cool for that, the only reason why I say I'm looking forward to it is because the amount of times like the push of microtransactions, which is the biggest con of this game, is the amount of push for microtransactions. That is the biggest con of this game. And the funny thing is that the island is also good because of the story they're following up from the 2K25 story. So like I'm looking forward to the island and my faction for a completely different reason than why I'm not looking forward to it. Big reason. Now the cons are the ringside path garbage and the microtransaction push of the island and my faction. Those are the only cons I see of this. Now, to wrap this up, I'm gonna say this. For people that keep saying like, should I buy the game, should I not buy the game? I'm not just gonna like push you to buy it or not buy it. All I'm gonna say is this. If you wanna buy the game, go ahead and buy the game. It's your money, go ahead and buy it, it's yours. If you don't wanna buy it, it's understandable why you don't want to. If you don't wanna buy the game, don't. But if you do wanna buy it, go ahead, it's basically up to you at that point. Like all of us content creators, we cannot be controlling like how you want to spend your money. Really, we should be saying like it highly depends onto you. Like if you want to relive the Monday Night Wars, you can get the big version. If you are not that big of a fan of like the throwback and you want more modern people, then basically you can go for the standard edition. The King Keith edition, if you're a big fan of Triple H and you want like that 90s DX, then you can go for that one. Or maybe if you want just the Attitude Era stars, you can go for the Attitude Era. Like it's basically like what you grew up on and what like your favorite time periods were. That's basically how I could describe it for you guys. In case you're wondering, should I buy the game? Should I not buy the game? Should I buy the edition? Should I buy the edition? It's highly up to your decision. That's the best way for me to describe it. And with all that out the way, the final boss is out, and I will see you guys hopefully very soon. And like I said, I will go live March 7th or March 6th, depending on how everything goes. Or maybe I might go live around like from like 11 on Friday. I don't know. I'll figure it out soon. But anyways, I'm out.